Right, I said in the last video that there seems to be two alternative energies to embrace. All of the propaganda that you're hearing about them pressing and squeezing the pliers tighter around us, around humanity, around society, dictating our life rights, what we can do, where we can go. The suggestion of this insistence upon everyone being vaccinated, otherwise I can't buy food, can't use the supermarket, can't buy fuel, can't go to any social place, can't do anything. Segregation, separation, and making it compulsory for the said thing for anyone, first of all, in the care industry. So the care industry is the first sector they hit. Got to be compulsory, you must be double vaccinated and take more, otherwise you can't work. Next will be entertainment, no doubt, hospitality. It would spread to all of these things if they have their way. So their agenda is clearly written out as to what they want. Now you can buy into all of that and live in the fear part, which is what it's constant, in which case your fearful state about something you couldn't do anything about anyway, when really you can choose how you want to react to what you're given. You are the co-creator of your own life, your own universe. You can choose what you do with how you think and feel about anything. Now, if a problem comes your way in the immediate sense that needs your attention and action now, well, that requires the fight or flight response that most people are in all the time right now, because you're consciously aware that there's a threat, problem, something must be attended to now. Whereas you're listening to the propaganda on the news and the media and the fake fucking shit that they put out there, but you get the gist of what they're saying through mainstream media, straight away puts you in a fearful state. But it's not upon you right now, it's not affecting you right now, and it's not imminent and in front of you at this moment, in which case you can choose how you respond to it. Understand what the game is here. Understand the idea is to keep everybody in the fight or flight state, the lowest vibration possible. That's what they want. And in this fight or flight state, sympathetic nervous system, as I said before, you are vulnerable. You are wearing yourself down. You're wearing yourself out. You're smashing your fucking immune system until it's non-existent. In which case, if anything comes along, the common cold, which is the coronavirus, it could kill you, because you've got no resistance, particularly if you're vulnerable. So living in a fight or flight state doesn't change the outcome of what might come. It just prolongs your anxiety and suffering of it, because you choose what you do with right now. So I said, you know, get out in nature, meditate, be present, recognising this split moment. I'm fucking good, I'm okay. Need to spend time out of that fight or flight state. So stop looking at the fucking news, turn off the media, turn off the fucking television, telling lies to your vision. Turn it off. Don't mix with people that constantly rivet it up so you're reliving it in every moment. Take some respite. I'm not saying bury your head by any means, but I'm saying if you stay in the fight or flight fearful state, one, you can't do nothing about it, two, you're going to break down, so you're no good to anyone. So before you can do anything to help those around you, you have to help you. Krishnamurti said it, you are your own white light. You've got to be your own white light right now. So recognise when this shit is getting you down and withdraw from it. Take 24 hours. Don't look at no fucking phone, no media. Just pamper yourself. Have a hot bath with Epsom salts and nice scents and incense and something nice, vibrational sounds that put you on a good homeostasis level, that feed and breed state you want to be in, where you're content, and you're cool. That's where you're supposed to be, not fight or flight. You want to get out of sympathetic nervous system where everything is cool. It's homeostasis. You've got to stay there. Only if you neglect to do that, even 24 hours, just where you pamper you and you focus on you and you don't listen to any of the outside shit and you stay present all that time, and you focus through visualization or whatever else on the world you'd like to live in, and be an example of it just in that period of time, and see how that changes your emotional state, see how that raises your vibration, because you manifest what you become, you manifest what you are, and your thoughts and your feelings create this state of anxiety, low vibration, and that's what you are, and that's what you're living, and that's what you're manifesting more and more of. You need to do the opposite. Okay? Just have some faith that this tyranny will fall. All tyranny falls. Just depends whether it be in our lifetime or not. But just have some fucking faith here, right? So many are not going to wake up to what's really going on. Many more still wake up to what's going on. You don't need the majority to wake up. You don't even need over 50%. You need a percentage that will tip the fucking scale and raise the consciousness of the planet, which will then pass on to others. So you've got to get you right. Be optimistic. All quantum plausibility is available to us as the universe. Things right now are getting more and more pressing, pushing us back into the wall. Like you've got your hand on your throat, pressing your chest. It's suppressing us. The more you allow it, the more you feed it, the more it will happen. It should take 24 hours, turn off the fucking mainstream media, get out in nature, do something nice for you, make a nice meal, prepare a nice meal, take a nice soaking bath and let your bones relax. Get pampered, pamper yourself, just look after you for 24 to 48 hours so that you can rejuvenate some of your power, gather your forces, because you're going to need them, because they're going to press further and this is going to get worse. They're going to take away more and more of our freedoms. It's really the only way people are going to wake up. The only way people are going to wake up is if they're actually pushed into the wall, so suppressed that they've got no chance, no choice but to fight back, so a cornered animal. Now the question is, if it gets to that point, will it be too fucking late? Well, that's the way it's written, that's the way it's written. You know, we have free will here, and that changes outcomes, moment to moment. More and more people need to wake up and stand in defiance, and of course we need the right people to wake up. We need the gatekeepers to wake up. We need the police, the military, those who do the bidding of their masters to fucking wake up. Will that happen? I'm optimistic that this will come into vogue, where this tyranny will fall. The way I see it, there's two plausible things going on right now. One is that this evil knows it's falling. This vibration, as the vibration of this planet continues to elevate to a higher frequency, a higher dimension, the entities that are being the powers that be for so long, however far down and underground that goes, the source of that evil has been in control for way too long. And it's written pretty much in scripture and every text from every walk of life, separated by hundreds of thousands of miles and thousands of years, have all depicted a similar downfall for this evil, if you like. So I do believe the Great Awakening, planetary alignment, all the rest of it, did elevate the vibration of the planet, and I believe that it's its evolution to continue. And a part of that will be people waking up, first of all, to this tyranny, to what's going on. And not being so comfortably uncomfortable that to stand up, regardless of whether that's true or not, change is too difficult. People will just stay on this fucking escalator to nowhere. It's a downhill. Because it's familiar. And others are awakening. So if you, like I said before, if you've got even any nagging doubt about what's going on right now, that says, hang on a minute, this ain't quite right, that's the start of your awakening. And your awakening can take you to a full understanding of what's really truly going on, how things work, which will take you to a point of devastation because everything you've known is a fucking lie. Yeah, and when you realise that, first of all, you've been robbed big time. You feel fucking, well, you feel grief because you've lost something. So you go through the whole thing of grief, denial, first of all, which is where most people are stopped. Then anger, outrage, righteous indignation, I call it. Then depression, foreboding, which is where many poor souls have been lost during this period of time. During the start of this fucking bogus situation, people are taking their lives, man. You know? There's probably more life loss from that than most things, anything else. Plus, people haven't got medical treatment that they should get. They died. People have died alone, old people. Regardless, even if this fucking fake thing did exist, it's the results of what the prevention is trying to prevent is worse than what it's trying to prevent it from. I'd rather take the chances with something that was 99.7% chance for recovery rate. It should be our choice. But we can see where this is going. It's going to the point where you are being coerced right now with soft form of violence because you're being bribed and blackmailed. That unless you do, then you can't. You know, and those kind of entities or people get control, it won't be long before it's military holding you down and being put into you, whether you like it or not. That's their agenda, I'm sure. And the one train of thought is that many have been working behind the scenes for a long period of time to bring these fuckers down, and there's a plausibility that that is in vogue. And what you're seeing now is a constant barrage to see if people wake up. You've got to admit, it's gone fucking crazy. You know, they've done another push for the acceptance of paedophilia. They've reduced the penalties for sodomising in paedophilia and advertised the fact. They have done outrageous things with this letters for gender. One promotion being a monkey in a rainbow suit with a pair of tits and a dick hanging down to little school-aged children. I mean, it's so inverted and it's so crazy and it's so fucking bizarre that you've got to go, have we just fell down the fucking rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland or what? Because this is fucking ridiculous. Well, one theory is that this is pretty much taken care of and it will be dealt with. But to alert everyone to what's really been going on would be too much of a shock. So they've got to drip feed you all of this, what their intentions were, until you eventually wake up. And that could go right to the point where they start imposing these restrictions and you are back against the wall, and then finally you fucking realise. That would be one scenario. The other scenario is, this is what you see it to be. These fuckers are out of control. And they're rubbing your nose in it because the devil likes the glow. And we're fucked. Well, let me ask you, what the fuck are you going to do about it individually, other than stand in your sovereignty and fight till you die in your skin? There isn't anything else to do. I will stand up and fight to the end for my freedom, and no one will fucking violate me in any way. And if they ever attempt it, I will take it as attempted deadly force on my person, and I will respond in kind over fucking whelmingly, or die doing it. So that in itself now is a reason to live. And like fuck, while I'm living that life, will I allow them to put me in a fight or flight state and take every moment from me? Will I fuck? And when I feel it's building up and getting too much, I'll take some fucking respite. I'll just disappear for 24 hours. You won't fucking see me. I won't look at anything. I won't bring no phone, no fuck all. I will just clear myself. Get me right. Meditation has helped me do that a lot. Forest bathing. Walking through the forest. Always barefoot. Found that grounding. It's helped me a lot. And I suggest that you find it. So if you're struggling with right now, well, serendipity will dictate. The outcome has already been written. You can be optimistic as to what that outcome will be, and I am optimistic. I do believe this tyranny is falling. And this is a desperate attempt to... We've lost the chess game, but we'll throw the fucking board up in the air anyway. That's what I kind of get from it. And that people are purposely being slowly informed. And some won't wake up at all. And then I believe that there's people here for a reason that are part of helping people either wake up, although that time's past for many, or helping those that suddenly realise that what it is, who are having a really bad, hard time dealing with it, guiding them or helping them through it. So I believe that I'm one such soul. I believe that I am here to be part of bringing light on dark. Like I said, sometimes you need to be grey to do that, and I reckon I'm grey, alright. I'm a benevolent soul, but I know malevolence. It's touched me. And I'll stand in front of bad to protect the good. It's a good, worthy reason to be here. And I'll live every moment of that existence now, how I dictate on my terms. But in order to do that, I have to look after me and keep my strength up. Look after your physical self, your emotional, psychological well-being, your spiritual well-being. It's all part of your etheric being, your essence. You are so much more than just this mind and this body. In tune with your heart. Go inward. And take care of yourself to gather the strength, because when you gather the energies, especially when you push yourself to the threshold, when you take respite and gather the energies, you are recharged. You are of a different focus and perspective. And like attracts like, surround yourself by people like that. Seek resources that talk that way. You are what you are the most. You manifest and become what you live, what you think, what you feel, what you are being. So get busy being in tune with what's around you, because you're part of everything. And I believe we go on. If you are having some kind of awakening of a kind, embrace it now. If you are struggling, then take some respite, because it's during the struggle, when it's at its utmost, that you'll find it. If you're just comfortably plodding along, your head in the sand, you won't find it. You won't find any spiritual awakening at all, because it takes adversity to make you seek it. But if you have gone through the symptoms of loss, you were in denial, then you were angry, then you were depressed, and you started to bargain with realising what you've still got, and then you had an acceptance. If you get pushed to that sort of level, that's when you seek. My research took me so far down a rabbit hole. I saw such dark and depravity that it had me on my knees. And then I figured, there's no front without a back. If there's this much darkness in the world, there's got to be light. And I embraced it. I went inward. It's in all of us. It just has to be activated. Nothing uncanny about it. It's just we are more than what these five senses tell you we are. We have intuition, we have various other things, we have other means to access a higher level of frequency, higher vibration, different outcome. And that's what they don't want you to know. That's why you've been dampened down for so long. They don't want you to get the awareness of, or the awakening of, what you are. It's not just about waking up to what's going on, it's about waking up to what you are. You are a multi-dimensional being, having a human experience. You are here for whatever reason, there's a purpose. This is just an experience. And you manifest and choose the experience that you frequent most. And they're trying to keep you in that fight or flight state, like I said. Try and get into that homeostasis, feed and breed moments of now. Get the present. So presence defined would be the moment that you can stop a thought before the next thought begins. So that pause in between is presence. Try and take in everything you see, smell, sound, hear, touch, feel, intuitively feel, sense in one moment without any judgment or resistance. Now you start to feel connected with the source. And that is where we have the power to co-create our life, our existence within this realm. Anyway, bottom line of the message is, if you're feeling stressed right now, don't buy into it. Step out, just for 24 hours. Step out, take care of you, gather your forces. And think about what would be the most optimistic outcome to this situation that one could hope for. Yeah. And just play the scenario through. Imagine, how would you be if this one, when this is done, and when freedoms are truly free for us as sovereign beings, they never have been, and when the day comes that they are, and it will, what would that look like? If I was in that, how would I carry myself? Just imagine it, visualize it, notice how that changes your emotional state, takes you to a much higher vibration. Well, that's where you want to stay, where you want to head. And when you practice enough of something, you get good at it. You get good at practicing things that are most useful for you. Peace.